Hello everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome to this collective reading. Let's get started and let's dive deep into it. I'm going to be using my tarot cards, but it's my humble request to all of you. Pick only what you resonate with and scrap the rest. Okay, so the first card that I've picked up is Ace of Wands, and I'm being shown that there are many pure ideas that you have, very original ideas that you have. You are in motivating energies, whosoever I'm picking on today, because when I do channeling, I pick on to the most prominent energy, and it's not really decided like which energy will get picked on. It's literally something which is probably predestined. So today I'm noticing that there is one very strong energy, but here I'm noticing and I am able to connect with this energy that there are people, and this one person with the strongest intensity, this person is representing many others. This person is open to receiving many new opportunities. They have gone through a lot of healing, and this person is also aligning with their higher self. Yes, that's a very important place to be in, and it doesn't happen just like that. So yes, you, whosoever it is, you are connecting with your higher self, you are aligning with your higher self, and you are receiving opportunities. You are here to pursue a new path, and you are here to inspire a lot of people. You are an extraordinary person, and you are here to begin your extraordinary life. You have been working on yourself all this while, and I'm being shown the next card is Eight of Pentacles. I've been shown that you have been putting a lot of effort into yourself, and could be possible that some time has not been easy. A certain phase was not easy, but all of your effort, your inner work, your hard work, your patience, your perseverance, and your tears. Yes, some of you also cried a lot, because when the Kundalini ascension happens, when you are moving into higher frequency, a lot of old junk DNA is getting released from your system, and sometimes it results in a lot of crying, tears, a lot of confusion, or maybe a lot of questions. Sometimes you feel like you're upset with a lot of people, but gradually you will realize that it's a part of your programming, the negative programming that you no longer need, and it's dying. So sometimes when death is about to happen, or even when death happens, people are crying. So there is that type of grieving and mourning, and that has also actually created cleansing process in you. You are now going to actually transmit type of energy. It's your energy, it's your unique energy, because before this phase, like, this is really a reading that may act for some people as a download, a direct download also. So you are going to transmit this raw, pure energy, your pure potential, who you are. God really loves originality, and when I say this, it's not just about doing something original, creating something original, because actually everything that we create or everything we talk about was already created in time. We are just actually sort of channeling it and bringing it back. But there is your own energy also, which is very original. You yourself are a very authentic creation of source, an individual creation of universe. We all are same, yet God has created in a very unique way. And now you are connecting with your own authenticity, your own inner authority. This is a very special time for you, because all of these years that you put into, all of the pain, all of the confusion, is gonna all make sense now. This ascension journey is actually trying to connect you to your authentic self, so that you can share who you are with the world without any fear of judgment. I mean, people are gonna judge you, they're not gonna judge you. it doesn't really matter. I'm also being shown the strength card from the major arcana, that you have been learning to master your fears and anxieties. You are learning to let go of the parts that you no longer need. You are also learning to be a courageous person. And I'm being shown that there is a new bold energy in you. You have become very bold. Like in movies and in the mainstream media, when they use the word bold, they actually are talking about someone trying to be a seductive person, someone shedding their clothes off, someone showing a lot of skin. They say that's bold. But no, boldness actually comes from within. It's a quality that people have. People who are bold, they are not scared, they are very daring. They can be themselves very easily. So that boldness you have created in you, like it was always there, but it was dormant, it was sleeping, and now it's finally awakening. When I picked the first card, the word aligning with your higher self was shown to me. So yes, this reading is about you being true to yourself and you coming into alignment with your higher self, and that is how you actually become an authentic and original being. So you basically start not only channeling your higher self, it starts from channeling your higher self, and then the higher self and you starts to merge eventually. Now, we all have a signature frequency of our own, and that true signature frequency is what we are here to align with. All of the inner work, the twin flame experience, the ascension experience, the feeling of being a star seed, feeling of sometimes coming from another galaxy, another place, being completely new to earth and its ways. And for some people, they feel that they've incarnated or reincarnated on this planet, this plane many times. Sometimes they feel they carry some kind of familiarity, or some people feel a very deep connection with animals, birds, nature. They feel a very deep connection with their solitude. Initially, when this journey starts, it's a completely different thing. When you start this journey, you're thinking about so many different things, and when you stabilize, when you establish yourself, when your sacral chakra heals more and more, so your swadhisthana, which is establishing your being, it becomes more and more strong, then of course it means that you are not scared to put yourself out there. You're not scared to speak your heart. You're not scared to express yourself. You're not scared to be yourself. Because all of this programming that you went through was trying to stop you from being yourself. And you figured that out thanks to this ascension journey. Even in the twin flame ascension journey, people are simply trying to stop you from being yourself. They are putting you into depression or anxiety. You're getting rejected by this person, that person, or there are other people rejecting you around the person you want to be with, or there are ideas that they keep putting onto you, like you cannot do this, you cannot do that, this is not for you. So eventually it takes you to that point where you are like, enough is enough, I'm done with all of this, I'm gonna do what I love and I'm gonna be myself. Because I got support of my spirit guides, of my masters, and of source. When source is holding my hand, then I don't need to worry. So all these fears, anxiety, attacks, depression, whatever, it's coming from these programming patterns. So when you start figuring out the patterns of programming in other people and yourself, you can also then figure out eventually how to get out from the loop of karma. You chose to be in this body, you chose to be in this life, you chose your parents, you chose your siblings, you chose the school, you chose the college, you chose everything to eventually lead you to the purpose of your life. And the purpose of your life is to be who you are, to accept who you are, and also be in balance. This is not being done in a rebellious way. It's more of you accept who you are, you accept others, and you accept yourself. So I see the Judgment card from the Major Arcana, which shows me that you have achieved a level of clarity and composure, and this is helping you to evaluate your experiences forgive people, connect back with people. You could yourself be getting into reunions with people, but this is not happening out of ego, because when a reunion happens out of ego or fear, it's not really a reunion. But a reunion, when it happens and say the other person is not willing to forgive you, or the other person is still upset with you, you will understand that. You will be like, okay, fine, I know, maybe I said something mean to this person, or I was gone for way too long. Or maybe you think about someone from your past who was really nice to you, was very dear to you, was very close to you, but at that point in time you could not recognize that person. And after all these years of inner work and ascension, when you finally search them out or you look for them, you might get to know that they're no longer on the planet. That can also happen in some cases. Or in some cases, they have moved on and lived with other people or living with other people. So you don't have any pain in your heart, you don't have any remorse in your heart, but you're happy that yes, finally you reach the place where you can recognize all of those loving people, loving hearts that back then you could not understand or you could not even recognize. Now this actually puts you in a very nice kind of energy, because what you could not cherish or appreciate back then, you can cherish right now. And that makes you feel that you did have love around you. Love always surrounded you. The only thing is that you had to learn some lessons. And maybe those people also had to learn their own lessons. Along with the judgment, I am also being shown the world. And this is also telling me that you have either skipped the timeline that you were in, or you have skipped dimensionally, because when you start aligning with your true signature frequency, things are not going to be same anymore, because you're not going to perceive things in the same way. And you are also very thankful. You have developed a lot of gratitude towards your old self, because that old self worked very hard to connect you or to align you with your higher self. So you have a lot of respect. You're no longer upset, because during the ascension journey, during the dark night phases, people are very upset. They're upset with their destiny, they're upset with God, they're upset with the masters, they're upset sometimes with their own family members, they're upset with their parents, they're upset with their upbringing. But then when you align with your higher self, or you are beginning to align with your higher self, everything starts making sense. You are okay with everything. In fact, you're happy with the way things happened, because if they had not happened that way, you won't be experiencing what you're experiencing right now. A new world, a new dimensional reality. You're no longer in 3D. You have made a proper skip. For some of you, you could be on the bridge, because there's 3D, 4D, and there's a bridge between 4D and 5D. Sometimes people take time to actually cross that bridge, because that bridge is kind of very long. It's connected to your gut. It's connected to your intestine. Your intestine is also very long. So yes, there is a sort of connection in that, but I'm going to discuss that in some other video. Maybe I have spoken about it in some personal therapy sessions, because this topic comes up. Most of the times, people who are in inner work ascension journey, or their intuition is enhancing, they go through a lot of stomach related problems, because they are not able to digest a lot of ideas. And your digestion is happening in your gut. And some of you might think it's because of food, but we also eat the type of food that is a vibrational match to us. As soon as we shift, when we do a lot of gratitude, we don't feel like eating too much. We don't feel like, this is energetically happening. You can try it. If you do a lot of gratitude practice on a certain day, maybe 3 to 4 to 5 times, you may not feel like eating a late dinner or a heavy dinner. You can try it out. So whosoever's energy I am channeling today for the collective, this person has understood that whatever happened to them was actually decided by them, like their soul, because their soul is very powerful. And after the Kundalini rising, the super soul awakens. You may not have made in the past that direct connection with the higher soul, but your super soul got awakened. I'm also being shown the 7 of Pentacles over here, and this is telling me that you do understand the value of putting the time and energy that you've put in for a long-term reward, which means that maybe your soul knew, intuitively you knew that whatever you're doing, it might have been difficult, It could be difficult for some people as of now, and they could be listening to this collective reading as a timeless reading which is going to become true in future, and you can always come back and re-listen to it, listen to it again and again also. Sometimes in the first go we don't grasp everything, but second and third time we actually pick on to those things, and we might even think, how come I missed this the last time? So here I am being shown that now you are not looking for, maybe you never did, maybe you're seeing it as a pattern in other people, or you have understood that you don't want to make it big for a small time. You want to do everything thinking about eternity. Like whatever changes happen, you feel like it should happen for eternity. You should lose the fear. You should lose the stress. You should lose the anxiety, or you should lose the lack of trust. Whatever negative feelings, even if they come in a very subtle quantity now, like it's not that dense, it's not that strong, but even if it comes back in miniature proportion, or it comes back like a background feeling, like a undertaste kind of thing, then too you are able to recognize it, and you know that if I'm going to spend my time working on this right now, it is going to help me in long term, it's going to benefit me in long term. And probably there were some professions and careers and certain hobbies that you wanted to pursue in the past and you could not pursue it, you did not pursue it for whatever XYZ reason. Now you are sitting and thinking that, well, good that I did not. Because now you don't agree with those things. Some of the things you don't agree with anymore, or some of the things you feel that there's no need to do it. So you are actually very much in gratitude for whatever has turned out to become a part of your current reality. Some of the souls that are connected with this particular collective reading, I'm also being shown that you have realized that you don't need to do so much running around. You don't need to put so much effort. You don't need to try to be at a place where you don't want to be in. You don't want to be in certain places. You don't want to be with certain people. You don't want to act in certain ways. And you are very happy about it, like you have realized that this is a permanent thing. Like you don't want to make any extra effort. You feel that powerful people, I mean, if you are powerful, if you are a Shaktiman, then you don't need to put so much effort. Like you can move the mountain. And faith can do that. You don't have to physically push it. Faith can actually move mountains. And you realize this. This was not just a saying. I mean, it is a symbolic saying. But you know that, yes, faith can make anything happen. And you probably had these experiences in bits and pieces in the past. You did have some experiences, very extraordinary experiences. But those were placed on your timeline along with a lot of other events taking place, so that you could actually hold on to them. Like you're in the ocean and that was your life jacket, or a boat that you could sit on and survive, or in an ocean, in the middle ocean, there's a nice boat that you can hop onto for a while after you've swam for a long time and now you need to rest. And so those events, those mystical events, or those even non-mystical events, some miracles, some things that happened in the perfect divine timing, it was to make you realize that yes, these things are possible, so that one fine day you can think about all of them, like okay, yeah, that thing happened when I was 10, then that thing happened when I was 12, okay, that thing happened when I was 16, that thing happened when I was 20, so on and so forth. You feel that you want to choose your peace. You want to be peaceful now. You want to be relaxed, and you want to stay that way. And it doesn't mean you're going to become irresponsible or you're not going to do anything, but you're more focused on inspired action. You actually want to do what your heart naturally gravitates to. Things you love, things that naturally come to you. This is a time for change. And for some of you, you may have kept your gifts limited to yourself. But now, via this collective reading, I'm being shown that you are ready to share your uniqueness with the world. You are ready to share your gifts with the world, because some of your gifts are actually given to you so that you share them with others, so that you inspire other people, so that you let them know that being you, you have done all of these things, you have accomplished these things, and other people can also do the same things. All of this transformation that you've been into, you can tell other people that you can also transform yourself. And sometimes you really don't even have to tell other people that, look, you can transform because I've transformed. Sometimes it's just you walking the talk. Sometimes it's just you doing some things that are so natural to you. You do it so easily. You do it like a wave of wind. You do it like a cool breeze that other people are also like, oh my God, wow, I want to be this way too. I also want to live this way. You've actually decided for sure that you no longer want to do things that do not align with your true self. And I'm also being shown the card 6 of Wands, which is telling me that you are in a very victorious energy. You have achieved your goals, and you are feeling a big boost in your confidence, and this is also helping you to continue believing in whatever you were believing in all this while in your endeavors. You're willing to move ahead with a positive stride, and you are happy to express who you are. You are no longer willing to go back into the closet. You don't want to be into the closet. You want to be out there. You want to be like the flower. You want to be like the tree. You want to be like the sun. You want to be like the moon. You want to be yourself. You are really appreciative of who you are. And trust me, you actually know the difference between ego and source, because there are a lot of people who get misguided by the ego and they are living in some kind of illusion. So they also must be putting themselves out there, but that's not who they really are. Some of those people are sharing things with the world only for validation. Now you have learned the difference between doing things for validation and doing things because you're not really even doing it. It's just happening. It's just you becoming who you are. It's called just to be. You don't have any hesitation for being who you are. You no longer care. You no longer feel that there's any need to not be yourself or please anyone, please other people, entertain other people. I can pick on to the energy of a person who is super chill. If you don't resonate with this completely and you have something going on your head or around you in your energy field, and you're watching it during that time, you're going through a lot. Most of you may not attract this reading at that point in time. You would probably attract it a bit later. But if you happen to do it, maybe you know me, you've been watching my content and you happen to watch it, but you don't feel that way, then this is also a sign. It is a synchronized message for you that if you continue to walk on this path, you're definitely gonna be victorious. Definitely victory will be given to you. And this 6 of Wands energy is something that you can achieve if you continue to do your inner work, you continue to follow your intuition. For some of you, it might be a bit difficult right now. It would be a difficult phase, but whatever you're intuitively thinking, it's definitely taking you to the right direction. So don't hesitate. Be yourself. Maybe you can jot down the points. You can write down the things that are stopping you from being yourself, and you can work on those areas of your life or those traits or whatever those situations. Maybe some people's behavior patterns are becoming a hindrance. So I sense the energy that you are not gonna hesitate if this is for your future. But if you are feeling this way right now, then you don't have any hesitations. As I said, it's about being bold and it's about being very courageous. And courage or playing or being on a trip, on adventure, it's not limited to going to some theme parks, or getting into some swings, or going for a travel related trip, going to some other place and then experiencing it. You can actually be very stable. You can be like the lotus, you can be like the mushrooms, you can be anywhere and you can still experience. I mean, there is a courage required to experience your reality. If you really love something, if you really want to do something, then you should not have any hesitations believing that you would be able to fulfill it, that you will be able to do it. I mean, yes, we think like, what if I'm not able to pull it off? What if I don't get support? What if I don't get resources? Blah, blah, blah. But this is what this whole experience is teaching you, that you can do whatever you want to do. You can be whatever you want to be. Just have the faith, and you know if you're doing the right thing. Because there are so many people on the planet who are pure evil, and yet they are doing whatever they want to do. Then why won't you, a person who believes in God, a person who's doing inner work, a person who's working on their flaws, a person who's diligent and devoted and dedicated, why won't you be able to do it? Of course, you can do it much better than them. So you don't need to basically hold your gifts just to yourself, like keep them to yourself anymore. If you are an animal lover, feel free to be an animal lover. If you are a painter, feel free to be a painter. If you want to sing for God, feel free to sing for God. If you want to write a book, feel free to write a book. I mean, you want to learn swimming, it's okay. You're in your 40s or 50s or 30s or 60s, doesn't matter. Just go ahead and do it. And everything will fall into place. It's very interesting, and I'm going to say this. Sometimes your gifts are not just your gifts. They also belong to other people. So when we keep our gifts limited to ourselves, we don't share it with others, we also end up depriving other people of our gifts that we're actually supposed to share with them. There could be other people who are very happy to be a part of what you're sharing. So I see also the high priestess energy over here. The high priestess is also telling us all that you are, whosoever resonates with it, you are now ready to trust your instincts. You are ready to go with your gut feeling. You are ready to believe that positive inner voice. You have recognized the negative inner voice. You know that there's a negative voice that tries to pull all the tricks on you and make you go like all crazy and haywire. So now you've started paying attention to your true inner voice, your true inner voice that's connected to your true signature frequency. You have figured it out. You have developed a connection with it, and you want to walk on its path. You're done being scared. You're done living like this, like holding on things or being scared or fearing for the future, fearing of what's going to happen, what will happen, something bad might happen. A lot of bad things have already happened, but you're still here. You're doing well. You're doing this amazing work. You're doing swadhyay. You're doing inner work. You're doing fine. And yes, of course, the hanged man, the surrender feeling, you are no longer trying to do anything. You are just letting it all go, and you are letting divine take over everything. You have given the controls to spirit. You're like, whatever you wish. I don't have any wishes. You know the best for me. Because we are not really taught in childhood to pray properly. People, whenever they pray to God, all they do is they ask for materialistic things. That's not the right way to pray. Praying is to ask God to help you to get out from situations. Praying is to also ask God to make you learn how to have faith in God. Because we have so much programming around us. We got so many people. We got so many voices. Sometimes we may not be able to connect. We might think that, okay, this is the right answer, I got the answer, but it may not be the right answer. So praying is about acknowledging what you have. Praying is about showing your gratitude to God. That's why I say, whether you pray in the temple, whether you fold your hands and say some mantras, or better is to take a journal, take a pen and write down 10 things that you're grateful for. That's actually real praying. When you pray to God, you are thanking God for the things you already have. Not complaining, not cribbing, not asking for something more, not asking for only materialistic things. That's the wrong way of praying. Ask for things that will bring character development. Ask for courage. Ask for sadbuddhi. Ask for wisdom, Ask for the things that can help you grow as a person. Ask God to give you fearlessness. Ask God to help you release your spiritual diseases, your manas rog. Then you can be a person, like you can be actually somewhere where you should be. And sometimes, when we are very low and we are not able to snap out of it, a prayer to source, asking for help, a prayer to masters, that masters, please help me out, I'm feeling very bad, I don't know how to fix it, I don't know how to heal this problem, I'm trying. There's a big shift instantly, because what you're asking for is not materialistic things. You're asking for not physical things. It's not like you are having a headache and you're constantly praying to God and saying, God, please fix my headache. You have a stomach ache and saying, God, please fix my stomach ache. God is going to be like, well, you can do these things by yourself. Take a pill if you want to, or go to a doctor. I mean, these are things why you need me for. You can fix your problem yourself. Be independent. But there are things that we cannot fix. So sometimes your gifts are actually helpful for the people who are seeking answers too. Like with the help of you sharing your gifts, some people can actually walk on the right path. So if you're watching this, don't hesitate to be yourself. This is your time to shine bright. I will close this collective reading here. You can get into personal sessions with me. You can get into an energy reading where you can ask questions, and I would love to answer you with the help of spiritual tools, modalities, and intuition. You can also get into therapy sessions with me. I have some wonderful therapies like releasing yourself from narcissistic abuse patterns, and even helping yourself get away from psychic attacks, from negative energy. And there's one interesting therapy which is called negative memory release, because these negative memories sometimes act as a platform for negative forces, for negative voices to whisper into our ears, to scare us, to put us into fear, depression, and anxiety. We may not know this is a negative voice. We might believe it sometimes. So we need to work through it sometimes. And we also need to learn how to use our own gifts. So you can also, if you want to connect with your gifts, you can get some hand holding in that department by getting into 3D to 5D therapy. So I will see you in the next video. One love, peace out, and victory to Ram.